Well, welcome everyone to this meditation this evening. We're looking at releasing some more of these 3D states of consciousness to help us step into 5D. A lot of us are still going through a lot of emotions that are surfacing, a lot of old things that we've kind of like swept under the carpet or into an organ somewhere is still kind of like starting to surface, to be released. A lot of us are feeling fatigued. A lot of us are feeling tired. There's a lot that's coming up for a lot of us. So I got guided to do releasing a 3D to help us step into 5D meditation in the Akashic Records. So let's begin. I do have a YouTube video that talks about 3D, 4D, and 5D and the difference in the consciousness of these dimensions. And we operate in all dimensions. So it's not that it's something that needs to be achieved, but it's something that we vibrate at. And even though we could have some modes of thinking or some attitudes that are more 5D. So for example, we're more about collaboration rather than competition. We might still have some 3D thought forms that are there. So we shift within all the dimensions that are available. And it's just getting to that state. And I shouldn't say just, it's about getting to that place where a lot more of our consciousness is of a higher vibrational frequency or dimension. So let's meditate into our Akashic Records today. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. Let's close our eyes. And let's imagine that we're breathing in light. And when we exhale, we release any tension, stress, any worry, anxiety that we carry within our body. And breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. And let's breathe in light. Into our bones, into our joints. And let's release all that is no longer serving. Breathing in light into every single organ within our body, every single cell within our body, every single molecule, and exhaling all that no longer serves. Let's amplify this light. Allowing it to move beyond our skin. Allowing it to start to clear the etheric body, the energetic body, the body that energizes our physical, allowing the light to clear any static, distortion, or interference. And amplifying this light allowing it to flood our complete aura, releasing all emotions that are not ours, clearing all thought forms that are not ours, aligning all of our bodies with our higher self and our I am presence. And let's connect to the grids, connecting to the crystalline grid at the center of the earth, and bringing it up through the layers, connecting to it through the soles of our feet, allowing the exchange of energy between us and Mother Earth. Allowing the grid to move up and anchor into our heart space. Clearing all chakras below it on all layers, all levels, and all dimensions. Anchoring us completely, grounding us, feeling connected to all things. And we call in the golden grid from the central sun, the grid of Christ consciousness, the grid of ascension, the grid of expansion, the grid of love and compassion. And we bring it down and allow it to connect to our crown, opening up, strengthening our connection to our higher self, our I am presence, to the Creator, to our guides, and to the Akashic Records. As it moves its way and anchors itself into the heart space, clearing all chakras above it on all layers, all levels, and all dimensions. And as both grids merge and interlock, interlace, we start to clear, we start to heal, and we start to vibrate at the frequency of unconditional love and radical self-acceptance. And we call forward the angels, the Elohim, and they create a 12-pointed star around us. Creating a star of protection. And they are here to support our physical, our mental, our emotional, our etheric bodies as we clear within the Akashic Records. The Elohim will allow us or help us to clear on all dimensions of who we are. And let's drop into the heart space. And from a place of unconditional love, let's connect to our Akashic Records. Keepers of the Akashic Records, please open and allow me access to my records. My name is, state your name, and create a safe and sacred space for my highest good and healing. The records are now open. The records are now open. The records are now open. Step over the threshold into your records. Stating that we connect to our records this evening to release any third dimensional consciousness, dissolving any third dimensional programming that we still operate from. And we clear by asking to remove any cords, tethers, attachments, links, ties to the people, the places, and the circumstances that keep us vibrating, that keep us stuck in third dimensional consciousness. Asking to release, dissolve, transmute all vibrational frequencies that we still hold with a third dimensional conscious ego. Where we are of service to self, dissolving, releasing, transmuting all frequencies associated with a third dimensional self-serving ego. And I ask that the violet flame of Saint Germain move through the records, clearing, cleansing, dissolving all thought forms, all limiting beliefs around duality, polarization, clearing the need to judge, the need to label everything. I ask for the vibrational frequency of separation, the need to control, the need to follow the rules without question. To clear all labels around status and materialism. Releasing, dissolving, transmuting all third dimensional ways of thinking around worth, around money, around value, limiting beliefs around the need to work hard and not have work-life balance. Clearing all linear ways of thinking. I ask that the violet flame of Saint Germain move through the records and all aspects of who we are, clearing all fear-based programming, whether it is inherited from an ancestral lineage, whether it was learned, clearing all fears, fear-based programming, linear way of thinking. Clearing all martyrdom, all victim mentality. Clearing the need to suppress all emotions. Clearing all competition. Clearing all thought forms of everything happening to me. Clearing all procrastination. Clearing all limitations, all old programming, in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all realities. And I bring in and activate conscious awareness, activating the challenging of old belief systems, I activate curiosity and understanding. And I activate the vibrational frequency by bringing in the light codes of compassion, understanding, aligning with passion and with purpose. I bring in the vibrational codes of flexibility, and connectedness. And I call forward the light codes of unity consciousness, the alignment with the divine, aligning heart and head, activating the need to be of service to others, activating the process of approaching everything from a heart space, from a place of love and compassion, from a place of authenticity, and I bring in the state of flow. Calling forward abundance in health, wealth, happiness, joy, and love in all areas of our lives. Activating the understanding that we are the co-creators with the universe. Activating the time in which we manifest into the material world, so that it is done with ease, with grace, and with speed. And I activate the connection, the understanding to universal knowledge. Strengthening the connections to source information, and universal knowledge. And I bring in the frequencies of happiness, understanding, and I fill every single cell within our body with gratitude and with unconditional love. And I bring in peace. And I bring in compassion. And forgiveness. And understanding. And wholeness. And as we sit within our records, the Ascended Master that you work with, at least for this period of time, that is helping you with your ascension, starts to move forward. And they take you by the hand, and they place one of your hands on their heart, and the other hand on your heart. And they activate the frequencies that you need to ascend. To expand. And you feel all limitations melting away as we step into this higher frequency, as we step into the aspect of the highest potential that we are. And we start to vibrate at this frequency of our highest potential. Letting go of all the hooks, the drains, the connections that keep us stuck into the lower dimensions of consciousness. And as those are released even further, we start to feel even more expansive. And this feeling is familiar because it is our original state, the state of expansion, the state of wholeness, the state of oneness, the state of unconditional love. Remembering who we are. We are a soul having a physical experience. We are the writers, the authors of this play. We write in the characters, the opportunities, the chapters of this lifetime. We are the creators of this play. We are the main character in this play. And we are the main producer. Always creating the next moment, creating the script, and bringing in the people, bringing in the opportunities. We simply write them in, co-creating this beautiful play with the Creator. As we too are creators, creating the lives we live, calling in the characters, building the props, and we too are the audience, observing. We are always creating. And I call forward another aspect of ourselves from the future. And this aspect of ourselves, the aspect that has ascended the third dimension and the fourth dimension consciousness, has stepped forward feel free to ask them any questions you may have. Ask them to provide insight. Ask how far in advance they are. What advice does this future successful self have for you? Let's ask them to give us a glimpse of where we will be in 2 years, and in 5 years. Allowing us to see into the possibility of continuing to live within our highest expression, following our joy, following the excitement, co-creating consciously the new lives we wish to live, stepping into our highest potential. And we thank our higher selves, the ascended masters, the violet flame, and we start making our way back to the here and now, giving thanks and gratitude to all that supported us during this session. The records on our clothes, the records on our clothes, the records on our clothes. Start making your way back to the here and now.